I've been looking at him and his little saggy down belly. Boy, look at that. He looks just like mom, hey? So I'm wondering, you know, Nika has always had a really athletic build until she had a baby. But it's really funny that her little guy has the same hangy down belly that she has. So I'm wondering, I almost feel like he might be wormy. He has a really nice coat, so I'm not concerned about that part of it. But yeah, his little belly does kind of concern me that he might be wormy. Everything else about him looks really good, but I don't know. Looking at genetics though, might just be how he's built. Morning, little man. Nika. Hey, buddy. Today what I'm doing is I'm going to lock these two in a stall for a little while, and I'm going to wait until they poop. I want to make sure that I get a good fresh sample of poop. So since there's nothing in here right now, that'll be perfect. I can come in here in a couple hours, scoop up a sample, and head to the vet clinic. Nika's like, only if you pet me. Okay, honey. They're not going to be terribly excited to just have to be locked in here. I leave the back door open all the time so they can come in and out of the stall, and that works out really good. They can just do as they please. Seriously, like, could they be any cuter? It's adorable. Oh, how perfect is that? We already have a poop. Look at his little tail up over his... All right, time to grab the bag. I have a baggie here that I wrote Manzer's name on and the date. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this bag inside out. And I'm going to go in there and I'm going to make sure that I get a few fecal balls to put in here. That way they have ample poo to get a sample from. Hi, there's nothing in this one for you. It's gonna be poop. I don't think you want. So let's see what we got going on here. Okay, very interesting stuff here, guys. Grab a pile of poo with your hand and then turn the bag the other way. So this is gonna be hard for me to get on video. Because how am I gonna hold it without it falling in the poo? So now I'm just going to turn the baggie the other way, and I'm going to try not to get it all over me. There, I managed to do that without getting any poop on myself. It's a pretty big deal. There, we have a nice fresh sample of Manzer poop to take to the vet so we can get a fecal on him. So I have the full list of my vet's recommended deworming schedule that I'm going to share with you. And I am a little bit behind. I looked at it and I really should have done this about a month ago. So I completely forgot. There's been a lot going on. So, oh well, at least we're doing it now. I know a lot of people that don't deworm their foals for quite some time, so I'm sure that we're probably just fine. Now, since that only took about 3 minutes, that's kind of how it works. If you need a horse to poop, you either stick him in a stall or put him in a horse trailer. And you can usually get poop in no time. And they've been hanging out in here. They were in here when I came out, but since I locked them in the stall, they're like, oh, we should leave now. And back in. Oh, look. And somebody pooped in the feed bucket. That's great. Good fun. Hi guys. Well, I walked in the barn and Manzer nickered. I love that. Such a nice greeting sound. I wish my phone ring could be a horse nickering. Wouldn't that be adorable? It sure would be less annoying. Well, I just got back from the vet and dropped off Manzer's fecal sample, so I should hear back from her within a day or two with the results, and then I'll go ahead and plan to deworm him accordingly. Today we are taking the 5 chicks outside and letting them investigate. And pretty soon they'll get added to the coop.
Added to the coop?
The coop. Leave them be.
Mom, look, I have a clown nose. Mommy.
I see that.
I have a clown nose.
You sure do.
They just ate a worm.
Hi, kitty, kitty. This is what happens when I try to video. This is Lila. She's just as needy as Clover. Hey, Trouble. Look who came cantering over to say hi. He looks like he's being frisky. Hey, buddy. Some folks have asked about how he crosses his front legs to get the bugs off. Of course, he's not doing it right now, but I'm sure you've seen it in other videos. If you've watched any of my other videos, I'm sure you've seen it. But some people asked if he does that because he wasn't able to put his head down to the ground, and the answer is no. He's done that since the beginning. So that's just something that he does. Our miniature horse, Rosie, she'll do the same thing. He's just smart. He's found a little twig to play with. There, he's got it. Little root. Now Nika's got to come over and see what's going on. Hey, girl. How you doing? Palomino is such a beautiful color of horse, especially when the leaves are changing color in the background. My gosh. Doesn't get any more beautiful than that. Pretty sure tree roots are not really part of a balanced diet there, buddy. Hi, Nika. Hey, beautiful. Hi. Oh. It's like, oh, well, that feels kind of good. He has his mama's little teeny tiny mouth and little teeny tiny nostrils. And he has the exact shape of her ears. It's funny to see that stuff. So I'm gonna see what happens if I touch his butt. This is all good stuff to do with him. Oops, sorry. I just lost my balance. Sorry, kitty. Hi, kitty. Lila. Lila, kitty. Little man, you gotta get out. This is your mama's grain. So you gotta go. You gotta get out. Good job. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go in my stall. Go in your stall, buddy. Okay, mama. Buddy. Hey. Hey. Get your grain. It's late and I came out to the barn, and I have a tendency of just fiddling around in the barn if I'm out later on. And see what Nika has on. Do you remember using these? I remember using these as a kid, and they're kind of making a comeback. But anyway, I have this feed bag, and the buckle was busted on it. And my mother-in-law fixed it quite a while ago, and I totally forgot about it until I just saw it hanging up on the barn wall. And so I'm like, I'm gonna try it on Nika, and it's just funny. So I don't know. It's the little. You are just a stinker. He's like, just do something with me. He's like, why does my mom have food and I don't? He's like, I'm just gonna lick the top of her head. But it's kind of like the slap happy thing. Like, you can't even think straight, so everything's just funny, and yeah, that's welcome to my world. Life in the barn. It's always good. Life in the barn is always good fun. So yeah, this feed bag, I might be onto something with this. Might make my life kind of easy with feeding a couple of the horses that I feed. The ones that really like to paw at the bucket, I'm thinking, might be a good thing. Oh, now she's gonna. She looks like she has a gas mask on. Oh, Nika. So when I was a kid, my horse Poco had one of these, and I just thought it was fun to put it on him every night, and that's how he got his grain. And I probably laughed just as hard then too, so maybe that's why I find it so funny now. Okay, that's all I got. Bye.